Today we're going to talk about a game called Journey to the Savage Planet. This game was originally developed in 2020 by Typhoon Studios and released on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. A version for Nintendo Switch was released later in that year, and then in 2023 it received an upgraded version called Employee of the Month Edition that released for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X, and that's the footage you're seeing here right now. I first picked up this game on sale on Xbox Series X when it was advertised for Game Pass. Picked my brother up a copy and we played it together. We had a lot of fun. So what exactly is Journey to the Savage Planet? Journey to the Savage Planet is a first-person sci-fi action-adventure game where you romp across the planet's surface. I wouldn't necessarily call it a shooter, although you have your trusty pistol and you have objects that act as a grenade. It's more like a zany, wacky, wild ride. I would say it's a little more science-y than your typical action-adventure game. And while you can play it solo, it's a lot of fun, it is a lot more fun when you have a buddy at your side. So let's go ahead and break it on down now and analyze this game a little bit deeper. We'll start with the positive aspects. What made playing Journey to the Savage Planet an overall great experience? How about some co-op action in your face? The addition of cooperative play definitely enriched my experience with this game. It should be noted, however, that you can damage the health of your co-op partner by slapping them or shooting them or doing any number of things that generally would cause damage to an enemy. That being said, there's a lot of room for shenanigans and you can have a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite shots from this game. I ended up charging up my super shot on the pistol and I shot right at the right time, hit my brother in the face. From downtown! Not only can you have a lot of fun and craziness, but you can also use it to your advantage, team up with your buddy, and take out those more difficult baddies. You can also resurrect your buddies, revive them, and continue the game without having to reset at the last checkpoint. Another great aspect to consider is the world design, and this includes the creature design as well. The Savage Planet itself is absolutely gorgeous, and there's a lot of biodiversity. There's a lot of different biomes for you to explore and to hunt creatures or to just study them. And it's not one single solid open world for you to get lost in. It's more like open zones that are appropriately sized for you to explore. I also loved how absolutely batshit crazy this world was. Sure, it was cartoony, but it was gruesome, it was gory, it was savage, and it was so much fun to see all these creatures interact with each other and get destroyed by one another. The first creatures you're going to run across on the Savage Planet are these meatball varmint type creatures, and they're relatively docile, however they will attack if you attack them. And at first I felt kind of evil plowing through them, but then I kind of developed my own little mini game with them. Allow me to introduce Meatball Skeet Shooting! Oh man, I had an absolute blast playing this little mini game of mine. The fact that you can do it is just awesome. Just serve yourself up a nice little floater and then take them out. And it's not just little meatballs too. Any of the little smaller creatures you can kick up and shoot them in the face. Boom, knock them out of the air. This also goes into highlight just that creature design again. Look at this. That looks amazing. It's goofy, it's absurd, but it looks incredible. I would also like to highlight the boss design as well. They're not just massive bullet sponges that take an absurd amount of bullets to kill, but they have these sensitive areas on them that glow, and once you take them out, it helps you defeat the boss. I definitely got nowhere near 100% completion of this game, but I did have a lot of fun playing it, and it does have some fun achievements. This one involves eliminating a certain number of enemies in a few seconds, like 5 to 10 seconds. And the best place to do it is right here, where you have all these dudes popping up. On my way to get a sample from one of the floating beta fish thing, I found a new achievement to have it poop on you. Ain't that some shit? And look at that, sample's been rejected. Now it's time to move on to the negative aspects of this game. As I said before, I enjoyed it a lot. Enjoyed a lot of the quirkiness, and I didn't run across too many bugs. Occasionally there were issues like this, where your buddy's arm was tethered to a certain point, but it was more visual rather than affecting gameplay. There were also some areas that Had some few more glitches that I noticed, but as I said before, none of it really affected my gameplay. Some people will complain about how short this game is, but I had so much fun, and it was so beautiful, it's nothing to lose an eye over, but it was really, really short. I have about 10 hours of playtime, and we beat the game together, and that's with all the messing around that we did. Some people may have an issue with how quirky it is, but I thought it made the game a lot of fun. And so the only negative aspects I can think of are the short length, the occasional visual glitches or other bugs, and the wacky absurdity of this game. Overall, I'm going to give this game an 8.5 out of 10, 8 objectively and 9 subjectively. I had a lot of fun playing it. It was an absolute blast to play co-op with my brother, and whether it was making these small meatball dudes explode in order to make some eyeball soup, or just running around and smacking the grass in order to mow the lawn, this game packed a serious punch in its short playtime, and I highly recommend it. You can pick it up on Xbox, PS5, and PC, even Nintendo Switch. Definitely worth the price. I think you can even pick it up on Game Pass at this moment. Anyway, thanks for watching. I know the video was short. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good day.